Are you tired by 10 a.m.? Do you feel like you used to have energy that carried you through the entire day, but now you're dragging by mid-morning? What if I told you that the breakfast you think is healthy is actually sabotaging your stamina, your testosterone, and your ability to perform physically and mentally? Most men over 50 eat this food every single morning without realizing it's the reason they feel sluggish, foggy, and weaker than they should. Today, I'm revealing the #1 breakfast food that's killing your stamina, and I'm giving you the exact replacement that can restore your energy, sharpen your focus, and help you feel like yourself again. Stay with me because what I'm about to share goes against everything you've been told about healthy eating. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, a urologist with 12 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their vitality, strength, and confidence. I've sat across from thousands of men who walked into my office exhausted, frustrated, and convinced their declining energy was just part of getting older. And time after time, I've seen how one simple breakfast change can transform energy levels, mental clarity, and physical performance in ways that seem almost too good to be true. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. I love connecting with men from all over the world who refuse to accept fatigue as inevitable. Here's what most men don't understand about stamina after 50. Your energy isn't disappearing because you're aging. It's disappearing because of 3 silent killers hiding in your morning routine. First, you're spiking your blood sugar within an hour of waking up, which triggers an insulin crash that leaves you exhausted by 10 a.m. Second, you're starving your body of the protein and healthy fats it needs to produce testosterone and maintain muscle. And third, you're creating inflammation that slows down everything from your brain function to your physical recovery. It's like trying to run a car on watered-down fuel. You might get moving, but you're never going to perform the way you're capable of. That's why today, I'm exposing the breakfast food that's responsible for all 3 of these problems, and I'm giving you the scientifically backed alternative that fixes them. The #1 breakfast food killing your stamina is this: sweetened cereal, oatmeal with sugar or honey, or any grain-based breakfast with added sweeteners. I know what you're thinking, but Dr. Gray, oatmeal is heart healthy. Cereal says whole grain right on the box. And yes, the marketing is brilliant. But here's the brutal truth. When you eat a bowl of oatmeal sweetened with brown sugar, honey, or dried fruit, or when you pour yourself a bowl of cereal, even the healthy kinds, you're consuming what your body sees as pure sugar. And sugar first thing in the morning is destroying your stamina in 3 devastating ways. The first way it destroys your stamina. It creates a blood sugar roller coaster that guarantees mid-morning crashes. Biologically, here's what happens. When you eat sweetened grains for breakfast, your blood sugar skyrockets within 20 to 30 minutes. Your pancreas sees this spike and panics. It releases a massive wave of insulin to bring your blood sugar back down. But here's the problem. It overcompensates. Your blood sugar doesn't just come back to normal, it crashes below baseline. You go from a sugar high to a metabolic low in less than 2 hours. And when your blood sugar crashes, so does your energy, your focus, and your mood. Think of it like revving a car engine to redline and then slamming on the brakes. You're not cruising smoothly, you're jerking back and forth, and the whole system suffers. Emotionally, this is where men start to feel old. You wake up, you eat what you think is a healthy breakfast, and by 10 a.m. you're reaching for coffee, struggling to concentrate in meetings, or needing a nap. You start to think, I guess this is just what 50 feels like. But it's not age, it's insulin. When your blood sugar is unstable, you feel unstable. You're irritable with your spouse, you can't think clearly at work. You lose motivation to exercise because you don't have the energy. Practically, here's the test. Tomorrow morning, after you eat your usual breakfast, set a timer for 90 minutes. Pay attention to how you feel. If you're reaching for more coffee, if you're struggling to stay focused, if you feel a wave of fatigue wash over you, that's the crash. That's your body telling you the breakfast isn't working. Most men don't connect the dots because the crash happens just far enough from the meal that they don't realize the 2 are related. Let me tell you about Richard, a 58-year-old engineer. He came to me complaining of low testosterone, fatigue, and brain fog. I asked him about his breakfast. He said, "I eat steel-cut oats with honey and blueberries every single morning. It's the healthiest thing I can think of." I explained what was happening to his blood sugar. He was skeptical, but he agreed to change it. 2 weeks later, he came back and told me, "Dr. Gray, I can't believe the difference. I'm alert all morning. I'm not crashing. I actually have energy to exercise after work now." That's the power of stable blood sugar. The second way it destroys your stamina. It starves your body of the protein and fats needed for testosterone production and muscle maintenance. Biologically, testosterone production requires cholesterol and healthy fats. Your body uses cholesterol as the building block for all steroid hormones, including testosterone. When you eat a breakfast that's 80% carbohydrates and almost no fat or protein, you're not giving your body the raw materials it needs. Testosterone production happens primarily at night and in the early morning. So what you eat for breakfast either supports that production or shuts it down. A bowl of sweetened oatmeal provides almost no dietary fat, minimal protein, and tons of sugar. It's the exact opposite of what your body needs. It's like trying to build a house with no lumber. You can have all the blueprints and all the motivation in the world, but without materials, nothing gets built. Emotionally, low testosterone doesn't just affect your sex drive. It affects everything: your motivation, your confidence, your ability to build muscle, your mental sharpness. When men come to me feeling weak, unmotivated, and like they've lost their edge, the first thing I look at is breakfast. Because if you're starting every day with a meal that suppresses testosterone production, you're fighting an uphill battle in every other area of your life. Practically, ask yourself this: does your breakfast contain at least 25 to 30 grams of protein and at least 15 grams of healthy fats? If the answer is no, you're not supporting your hormones. A typical bowl of oatmeal has 5 grams of protein and 3 grams of fat. That's nowhere near enough. You need eggs, you need avocado, you need fatty fish or full-fat Greek yogurt. These are the foods that support testosterone, preserve muscle, and keep you strong. James, a 63-year-old contractor, told me, "Doc, I used to be able to work 10-hour days on job sites without getting tired. Now I'm exhausted by noon." I looked at his breakfast: instant oatmeal with raisins and a banana. 0 protein, 0 fat, pure carbs. I had him switch to scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado. 3 weeks later, he said, "I'm back to my old self. I've got stamina again. I'm lifting materials, climbing ladders, and I'm not wiped out." That's what happens when you fuel your body correctly. The third way it destroys your stamina: it creates systemic inflammation that slows everything down. Biologically, high-sugar breakfasts trigger an inflammatory response. When your blood sugar spikes, your body releases inflammatory cytokines to deal with the metabolic stress. Over time, chronic inflammation damages your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells. When your mitochondria are damaged, they produce less ATP, which is your body's energy currency. It's like trying to charge your phone with a broken charger. You plug it in, but nothing happens. You eat food, but your cells can't convert it into usable energy efficiently. The result is chronic fatigue, brain fog, and sluggishness. Emotionally, inflammation affects your mood and mental health. Men with chronic inflammation are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline. You might not realize that your bad mood or lack of motivation is connected to what you ate for breakfast, but it is. Inflammation creates a foggy, heavy feeling that makes everything harder. Practically, inflammation shows up in other ways too: joint pain, slow recovery from exercise, frequent colds, poor sleep quality. If you're experiencing any of these alongside low energy, your breakfast is likely contributing. The foods that create the least inflammation are high in protein, healthy fats, and low in sugar. The foods that create the most inflammation are high in sugar and refined carbs. So here's what to eat instead. I'm going to give you 3 breakfast options that stabilize blood sugar, support testosterone, reduce inflammation, and restore your stamina. Option 1, the protein-powered breakfast. 3 whole eggs, scrambled or fried in grass-fed butter or olive oil. Half an avocado sliced on the side. And a handful of spinach or mixed greens. This meal gives you 20 grams of protein, 25 grams of healthy fats, and almost 0 sugar. Your blood sugar stays stable, your testosterone production gets the raw materials it needs, and the healthy fats reduce inflammation. Biologically, the cholesterol in the eggs directly supports hormone production. The monounsaturated fats in the avocado reduce inflammatory markers, and the greens provide magnesium, which supports energy production at the cellular level. Emotionally, this breakfast makes you feel satisfied and clear-headed. You're not hungry an hour later, you're not craving sugar, you feel focused and calm. Practically, it takes 10 minutes to make. Crack the eggs, cook them in butter, slice the avocado, throw in some greens. If you're worried about cholesterol, don't be. Recent research shows that dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol for most people, and the benefits for hormone production far outweigh any theoretical risk. Option 2, the Greek yogurt power bowl. Full-fat Greek yogurt, not the low-fat kind, topped with a handful of raw almonds or walnuts, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a small handful of fresh berries. This gives you 20 to 25 grams of protein, 15 grams of healthy fats, and the fiber from the seeds and berries keeps your blood sugar stable. Biologically, the probiotics in Greek yogurt support gut health, which is directly connected to testosterone production and inflammation levels. About 70% of your immune system is in your gut, so when your gut is healthy, inflammation decreases. Emotionally, this breakfast feels light but sustaining. You're not weighed down, but you're not hungry. You feel energized without the jittery feeling of coffee on an empty stomach. Practically, it's the fastest option. You can prepare it in 3 minutes. Scoop the yogurt, throw in the nuts and seeds, add the berries, and you're done. It's portable too. You can eat it at your desk if you're rushing out the door. Option 3, the smoked salmon plate. 3 ounces of smoked salmon on a bed of arugula or mixed greens, drizzled with olive oil and lemon juice, with a side of sliced cucumber and tomato. This gives you 18 grams of protein, omega-3 fatty acids that actively reduce inflammation, and the healthy fats from the olive oil. Biologically, omega-3s from salmon reduce inflammatory cytokines, improve brain function, and support cardiovascular health. The combination of protein and healthy fats keeps your blood sugar completely stable for hours. Emotionally, this breakfast feels sophisticated and nourishing. It's the kind of meal that makes you feel like you're taking care of yourself. And because it's so nutrient-dense, you feel sharp and energized all morning. Practically, it's perfect for men who don't like cooking in the morning. No heat required. Just plate the salmon, greens, and vegetables, drizzle with oil and lemon, and you're done in 5 minutes. Now let me tell you about Paul, a 61-year-old accountant who was eating instant oatmeal with brown sugar every morning. He said, "Dr. Gray, by the time I get to work, I'm already tired. I'm drinking 3 cups of coffee just to stay awake." I had him switch to the protein-powered breakfast, eggs, avocado, and greens. 2 weeks later, he told me, "I don't understand how this works, but it does. I'm alert, I'm productive. I cut my coffee down to 1 cup, and I don't even need that. I have natural energy now." That's what happens when you stop spiking your blood sugar and start fueling your body with what it actually needs. So here's your simple action plan. Step 1. Starting tomorrow morning, eliminate sweetened cereal, oatmeal with sugar or honey, and any grain-based breakfast with added sweeteners. Step 2. Choose one of the 3 breakfast options I just gave you: eggs and avocado, Greek yogurt power bowl, or smoked salmon plate. Step 3. Eat that breakfast for 14 days straight and pay attention to how you feel at 10 a.m., at noon, and throughout the afternoon. That's it. 3 simple steps. 2 weeks from now, you'll notice stable energy, sharper focus, and stamina that lasts all day. I want you to know something important. If you've been frustrated, exhausted, or feeling like your best years are behind you, you are not broken. Your body isn't failing you. It's responding to the fuel you're giving it. And here's the beautiful truth. When you give your body the right fuel, it knows exactly what to do. Even after 60, even after years of eating the wrong breakfast, you are capable of restoring your energy. You're capable of feeling sharp and strong. You're capable of performing at a level you thought was gone. It's never too late to begin. If this video gave you hope or opened your eyes to something you didn't realize, give it a like so other men can find it. Leave a comment below telling me which breakfast option you're going to try first. Share this with a friend or family member who's been struggling with low energy. And subscribe so you never miss my weekly tips for men over 50 who refuse to accept decline as normal. You might be the reason another man reclaims his stamina. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, reminding you that after 50, vitality isn't lost, it's waiting to be awakened. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.